So the first thing I'm going to do is just comb out my bangs like this and part my hair. Alright. So first things first, you want to make sure that your hair is diagonal like this and hold it like this and kind of just work your way down at an angle and cut down. Now, it's better if you just cut short a little by little, and that will just ensure that you don't cut too much. I know some people might get a little cutting happy. Same technique, hold it right out here and cut upwards. And I'm not going to cut off too much because my bangs are at a good length, but that technique will be the technique that you'll be doing for the entire time if you want bangs and you don't have this razor, you have only scissors, so this is what you'll do. If the hair is chunky, take a comb and comb it out. And I never advise that you cut straight across unless you know that your hair will be super short. This is just the technique that you'll be using with the entire hair here. But I'm just going to stick with the razor because it's handier and a lot more easier to work with. For those that want layers, they can take the upper part of the hair here and same technique, you just cut a bit more. For those wondering how to get my hair cut, I always have layers that are around this short, around my jawline. Usually I have it this short. I don't have that many layers up here because it just gets choppy if I do that, so that is how I trim my bangs. As for the people that are interested in starting off fresh, they have like just straight layers like this and no layers at all, I would suggest you take it a little bit at a time and chop off maybe ½ an inch until you are sure that this is the length that you want, and then you go in with the razor and the scissors and start doing the technique that I've been using. This end of my hair is getting pretty dry and you can feel your ends and you can tell that it's time to trim them off. So same technique, comb it out. Now since we're reaching to the part where this is the area you want to keep your length at, it is advised to use scissors. If you're starting off fresh and you have just straight layers across, divide your hair in layers and just do what I am doing. It's always short to long in a diagonal angle. And that trick that I just did, just cutting it across like that, I only do that when I know that I'm going to be cutting it a lot shorter. And I definitely recommend that in order to keep your hair healthy, dye your hair and then cut it, never cut it and then dye. After I've divided my hair straight down the middle here, I have this type of, it's still at an angle and it's like short to long, and in this way I'm going to cut everything from short on the right side, outside, and then going in. So as for the newbies, if you're just starting out fresh, I would say to layer out your hair. It's just basically dividing it into 3 or even 4 sections, and I would recommend working with the bottom layer first, and you can work your way up slowly. just go ahead and use the same techniques that I showed you regardless of whether or not you're using the razor or the scissors. And the outside, as you can tell, is short, and then as it reaches the inside it's long, and this is just because I have this type of V-shaped hair. Swing that hair back. And for those interested, I'm also gonna use these thinning shears and show you what they can do. Same thing, I'm just gonna cut it at an angle. And they are pretty easy to work with, so but they give a more blunt type of cut. And you can feel your hair and see if there's any dry ends, then that's when you know you should continue cutting. And of course, this is the technique that you'll be using if you already have layered hair. If not, you're going to have to cut diagonally across. If this is your target length, then stop right here and cut your way up. Since I've already showed you all the techniques that I'll be using, I will just quickly finish up trimming my hair. Alright, that concludes my tutorial. I hope it was very helpful for you, and I hope you start to save money like I do now. Please like this video, check out my other videos, and subscribe.